Hey, welcome back. This is Rick Coste, and today we are going to look at 180-gram vinyl records. Are they worth it?
After years of walking down the digital music path, I found that the landscape hadn't really changed much when I resumed my love for vinyl. The equipment was, for the most part, the same, as were the records themselves, with one exception: 180-gram vinyl hype stickers. My first thought was the record companies must be embracing this new vinyl resurgence and now produce higher quality records to compete with digital. I mean, I get it. Thicker must mean better, right? I have a few very thin records from the early 1980s that I can actually wobble when I hold them between my hands. So I did what I do when confronted by something I don't understand. I did some research. What I found was somewhat eye-opening in its brilliance. Not only did the stickers and marketing materials claim 180-gram vinyl meant a better listening experience, but that experience was attributed to deeper grooves and more stability. They made no mention of the mastering or manufacturing process behind the claims. Okay, that's fine. When I buy a record, I'm not looking for a disclaimer about, where it was pressed or how it was pressed. What I do care about is the quality of the pressing and also the sound. Does the fact that a record is 180 grams mean a trip to audio nirvana? No, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Well, let's take a very brief look at what it does mean. Most records produced over the last 70 years or so fall between 120 to 140 grams. There are exceptions. I'm pretty sure the few wobbly ones in my collection are 120s. They could even be 100s. Maybe less if that's possible. A typical 140-gram record is around 2.1 millimeters thick. The 180s are 2.8 millimeters. That makes sense. They're thicker. What makes little sense is the claim, or maybe it's a rumor, that the grooves are deeper. To claim this, one must also claim that the entire process from the master lacquer disc to the pressing machine is different. The truth is, the same master disc used to imprint the grooves on a 140-gram disc and a 180-gram disc is exactly the same. There's no mechanism there to press deeper grooves. The disc can only press so far. And if it were possible to do so by some, stroke of wizardry, the stylus wouldn't reach any deeper. So much for that claim, right? The truth of the matter is in the amount of PVC used for the pressing. More PVC means a thicker record. Thicker records mean more weight. More weight equals 180 grams. Are there any benefits? Well, to be fair, there are, but don't buy into the hype about audiophile grade. Those wobbly discs I mentioned, they sound just as good as a majority of my 140-gram records. And that's because I take care of them. I listened recently to Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance, and that's a 140-gram record I bought back in 1982, and it sounds pristine. Adding another 40 grams to it wouldn't have changed a thing. A high-quality mastering and manufacturing process will produce an excellent-sounding record, regardless of the material or amount of material it's pressed on. To an extent. Now, why do I say to an extent? Well, that goes back to my earlier comment that it's fair to say there are benefits. Slight benefits. Maybe very slight. But some of it is psychological, and the rest is mechanical. Now, psychologically, it feels good to hold a heavier record. It's more solid and it doesn't wobble when you hold it. It provides a good tactile experience. Mechanically, a heavier record will sit heavier on the turntable. Well, no surprise there, that's physics. But it will help isolate some of the vibrations that come with the act of spinning a vinyl record. Every little bit of stability helps. And that's why record weights, or as they're sometimes called record stabilizers, are a thing. And when I say record weights, I'm talking about those little pucks that sit on top of your record when you play it. Scoff if you must, but I use my record weight religiously. And that's basically it. You could say 180-gram records are more durable. I'll give you that. I've never broken a record, though. So what are you paying for when you buy a 180-gram record? Well, you're buying more PVC. And to be honest, that's not a bad thing. Knowing is everything.